A very beautiful morning to you. Welcome to Daily Dose, where we digest our stories, especially some of the major headlines that made some of our national dailies today. The 28th day of August 2025. And of course, my name is Kingsley Iniovosa. And I have with me the Vanguard, the Daily Post, and Punch newspaper. Straight up this morning without taking much of our time. If you check the time, it's already 3 minutes gone past 8 o'clock. And now the Zoni caucus rumpus. PDP intensifies a move to woo Jonathan. Royal Tuzo Oni is most supreme traditional ruler in Yoruba land. Arabaele Buiban. Federal government also meets today, allows our leads to push to resolve issues. And as a voter party aids bad leaders, can once Nigeria and sports Champions League draw, dates, time, ports, and how to wash today. These and another interesting stories will be coming your way after this time out. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and now let's begin from Vanguard newspaper. We start from politics, where there's some leaders of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) are holding high-level consultations to get former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to run on the party's ticket for the 2027 presidential race. This came on a day presidential aspirant Dr. Benga Olawekwo Hashim declared that the party's zoning of its 2027 presidential ticket to the south will not stand, insisting that the final decision lies with the National Convention and not the National Executive Committee (NEC). All right. However, the party's leadership has dismissed claims that the decision to zone its presidential tickets to the south was aimed at glorifying the Minister of the Federal Capital Authority, Mr. Yuson Wike, stressing that the move was taken to strengthen the party and ensure stability. On Monday, the PDP zoned its presidential tickets to the south at the end of its 202nd NEC meeting in Abuja. The decision has since generated mixed reactions from some northern groups which have opposed the zoning arrangement. You check the Vanguard newspaper. Zoning caucus rumpus. PDP intensifies a move to woo historically wide political power. How did this duality of roles set the stage for their supremacy rivalry? So before the colonial era, the dual roles had never resulted in any form of supremacy war. Ile-Ife is the source from which every other throne derived authority, while Oyo was the political source from the frontiers of the Yoruba territory expanded. The rivalry has its source in the colonial political intervention in Yoruba and this deliberate efforts to change the tradition of Yoruba as it is. Now, you check the Vanguard newspaper, you want to get more of this. Oni is most supreme traditional ruler in Yoruba land. Arabaile Buiban said. Nigeria can in the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory has called on Nigerians to take active part in the ongoing continuous voter registration CVR exercise being conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC. All right, in a statement yesterday, chairman of Northern CAN, Rev. John Hayab, said voter registration remains the first step for citizens determined to make their voices heard in governance. He urged Nigerians to discard doubts about the relevance of their Accountant Latif Bakari has called for societal reorientation, swift punishment, and empowerment of agencies in order to push economic saboteurs. Bakari says this was necessary because the distribution of wealth and development is in the hands of just a few percentage of the population. He made this known during the question and answer section of the 48th edition of the Frontliners of the League of Veteran Journalists, Osun State Chapter, on Wednesday in Oshobo. So Bakari, who held that there is something wrong with the thinking of Nigerians, added that Nigeria has a social and psychological problem and not economic. Check the Daily Post. Economist seeks reorientation, swift punishment for economy saboteurs. President Bola Tinubu administration released 50 billion naira to settle earned academic allowances owed to university lecturers and staff. However, ASU has consistently demanded clear commitments on improved salaries, conditions of service, university funded autonomy, and a review of laws governing the National University Commission and the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAMB). So the meeting is expected to be attended by Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa, the Minister of Labour and Employment Mohamed Magari Dingyadi, and representatives of the National Salaries Income Wages. Is expected to produce a timetable for signing and phase